Hi, this is a tutorial for making doctors' uniforms or scrubs for men according to the pattern provided by Patterns Boutique. You may need to cut the paper pattern pieces out first. Make sure you follow the same size line for each piece, so all mediums or whatever size you're making. I've given the pattern pieces of the trousers an additional dash to avoid confusion with the top pieces, and you may want to write these on your paper pieces. Fold your fabric in half and lay it on a flat surface. Arrange the pieces to maximize the use of the fabric. Make sure you line up the double arrowhead lines and long thin lines with the weave of your fabric. You will need 2 of every piece except for the front and back. You only need 1 each of these. If you're using fusible interfacing, you will only need 1 of pieces E and F of the top. Pin all the pieces to the fabric. Mark any notches using pins, tailor chalk, or just one hand stitch in coloured cotton. Mark where the pockets are to be placed on the trouser piece A'. Cut out your pieces roughly at first. If you're using fusible interfacing, iron that onto pieces E and F of the top before cutting out loose closely. Then cut out the pieces as near to the pattern as possible, placing the paper to the right and holding the spare fabric with your left hand, or the other way around if you're left-handed. The shirt. Interfacing. If you're not using fusible interfacing, sew the 2 pieces of E together with a straight stitch. Go round the edge with a zigzag stitch to stop the fabric fraying. Do the same with the 2 pieces F. Sew the pieces E and F together with a straight stitch to make an odd V-shaped circle. Pockets. Sew a zigzag stitch around each pocket piece D. Iron the double hem at the top of the pocket, following the notches on the pattern. Sew this hem. Iron the side and bottom folds of the pockets. Pin the pockets onto the front piece B, positioning them about 5 centimeters from the bottom and side edge of the fabric. Sew the pockets onto the shirt, sewing a small reinforcing triangle of about 1 centimeter at the top corner of each pocket. Body. Sew the front piece B to the back piece A at the shoulder seams. Zigzag stitch and iron these seams. Sleeves. Zigzag stitch the straight side of the sleeve. Make sure you put the front of the sleeve towards the front piece B. Pin the sleeve with the top notch lined up to the shoulder seam, right side to right side. Work around the sleeve to the front, pinning as you go. Then work from the shoulder seam, pinning the sleeve to the back piece A. Do the same with the other sleeve. Pin the side seams together, front to back, with the sleeve edges. Start in line from where the shirt curves towards the bottom of the pattern and sew the side seam to the end of the sleeve. Zigzag stitch this seam. Zigzag stitch from the side slit down to the bottom of the front and along the bottom hem and up to the other side slit. Do the same from the side slit to the side slit on the back panel. Iron the slits open. Sew slits with a tall house shape. Turn up the hem of the sleeves and sew. V-neck. Sew a line of stitching all around the neck opening of the shirt, making a sharp V at the apex. Go round again with zigzag stitching near the edge. Pin the front facing to the shirt front with right sides together. Make sure the shirt V and the facing V match up exactly. Ease the interfacing round so it fits into the neck. Sew the interfacing into the neck. Carefully cut down using scissors into the V, but don't cut the stitching. Turn the facing to the inside and iron, making a neat V at the front. Stitch round the neckline to hold in place. That should be the end of the top. Trousers. Start with the front pockets. Place pocket bag C' onto the front trouser piece B'. Sew together at the straight edges. Carefully cut into the corners using scissors, but be careful not to cut the stitching. Turn the pocket to the inside of the front piece and press with an iron to make a good three-sided shape. Sew a line of stitching to keep the edges in place. Do the same with the other pocket. Lay pocket bag D' on top of pocket bag C' and pin them together. Sew them together and then go round again with zigzag stitching. Pin together the short curved fronts where the zip would be and sew in place. Go over with zigzag. Back pockets. Sew the rectangular pockets E' like you did for the shirt, turning over a double hem at the top and sewing in place. Zigzag stitch the side edges, fold and iron. Pin the pockets E' onto the trouser backs where shown on the paper pattern A'. Sew the pockets onto the trouser backs. Sew the two pieces A' together along the curve from the crotch up to the waistline. Lay down the back of the trousers face up and lay the trouser front face down on top. Pin the fronts to the backs, being careful not to pin the bag pockets shut. Sew the two parts together along the side seams and finish with zigzag. Pin the crotch seams together and then pin the inside leg seams down to the inside leg hem. Sew together and finish with zigzag. Zigzag stitch the trouser hems, iron the leg hems and then sew up. Waistband. Fold over the top of the trousers, first with a 0.5 centimetre, then with a 1.5 centimetre fold. Iron this. At the front of the trousers, make a chalk mark where you want to make 2 buttonholes. Sew the buttonholes here. Pin the waistband down and then sew in place. Belt. Turn over the end of the belt twice and sew in place. Do the same the other end. Put a large safety pin at one end and use to thread through one buttonhole, the waistband, and out of the other buttonhole. Remove the safety pin, tie knots at each end of the belt to stop it going back through the buttonholes. That's the end of the trousers.